crowd here cannot wait. They've been buzzing all day long, and finally, we're about to get it on.
Just see the nerves on that fighter stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. They are giving us a high-tempo show. The straight right just misses. Nice counter. That jab won't score. The perfect counter lands. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Arthur in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Needs a knockout.
Good round. I like that. I'm happy. Good round.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
And he scores with the counter. Good counter punching. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
To beat a counter-puncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Those counter punches have to hurt. His stamina is off the charts. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Nice counter shot. Trying to land that jab. Straight right just misses. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Arthur in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
When you go out, take...
Good work. That's it. Now breathe. Just get your breath back. Good work.
Come on, do you want to win this fight? Now it's a tougher fight. It's going to be...
No, but you're still running with power shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab.
Let's get it started in round 3. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those...
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. And Arthur got the worst of that exchange, and he might go down. A much better game plan here.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
This fighter told us yesterday, if he doesn't win by knockout, he doesn't consider it a real victory. That's the mentality he has.
Speed generates power. Timing is everything. If you've got speed, you can pop, knock anybody out. You've just got to hit them in the right spot.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Miss with that jab. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Arthur in that last round.
Switch on, switch on. You've been posting this.
There's the bell for round 4. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter shot. You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Punch, counter punch. That counter punch caught him clean. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Oh, and that was a big shot to Arthur. They've avoided catastrophe there.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What did you do? What?
Well, hold on a second, Johnny. Are we about to see Arthur go down? Didn't wait too long to get back and get pulled right there. And Arthur got the worst of that exchange, and he might go down. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Arthur. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? After that last round, something has got to change.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
His stamina is off the charts. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain with a brain.
Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? Counter shot lands.
A
very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Arthur in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes on to the 6th round. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Good defense on the right uppercut. Nice slip to avoid the jab. There's a counter shot. We wanted action, and they are delivering. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Arthur in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it. And there's the bell for round 7. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they throw them non-stop.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Incredible work rate. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Nope, that hook won't score. The straight right just misses. A perfect counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Arthur in that last round. And they're back at it again here in round 8. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Tried to score with a jab. Gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Let's talk about Arthur and both fighters starting to get tired as we start round 9. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Figure out the combination to this safe.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Beautiful counter punch. Stamina is off the charts. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Arthur in that last round. Now, this is the 10th. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
What are they doing that now? Are they trying to get an early night? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in 1. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
What desire, but at what cost? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. And that'll do it as Malone goes to the canvas. Now that is a massive knockdown. Let's take another look.
A shot from the gods took him out.
The referee says we will fight on. Not sure about this one.
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
They got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornerman now is down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. He bugs him alone, couldn't beat the count, and this one is over. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
Listen to me. Are you okay? You're out of there.
You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. A knockout victory and one of the biggest surprises of the year.
What a build-up. What a journey towards this fight. What a fight itself. The crowd enjoyed it. The fighters enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. And what a way to end the fight. There's no mistake there about who won. What a shot.